Consultative hematology concept is very simple. Consultative hematology is like when you see any report, you will see the low WBC, low platelet, or low hemoglobin. Sometimes what happen, 90% of patient can be treated by the general physician or the any GPs with the combination of the medicine, vitamins, iron, or sometimes requiring the product transfusion. In the pregnancy, you can say when you know the iron will be low, because mothers sometimes won't consume the medication, consume the adequate food, leading to a iron deficiency. So these most of the things had been treated by the GPs and physicians. But when these problems doesn't have any uh, identifiable cause, and or they are not responding to the this medication, then the role of the hematologist comes into a picture. Second role come into the picture when there is a the blood is a flowing part of our body. Blood is a one of the organ in our body. So when blood flows from one place to other, it should be in liquid form. Sometimes it become clot, leading to the thrombosis.
Right.
So most of the other consultation are for the this clotting problem. Sometimes what happen reverse, it is so much of liquid, like if you have any cut or accident, the blood won't stop. Because once what happen, our normal physiology, once there is any cut in the vessels or skin, the blood produces a substance so that there is no leakage. Sometimes what happen in bleeding disorders, there is severe leakage because the blood body can't able to stop the leaking of the vessels. So these are the third bleeding problem. So when we see as a consultative hematology, we have these three aspects: identifying the causes of the cytopenias, identifying the thrombosis, and bleeding disorders. These are the most common things we can able to see. So these thrombosis and bleeding can be we do by the PTA PTT, the simplest of the test, and the platelet count. And the thrombosis, usually we get a consultation when because the normal thrombosis can be treated as I told, general physician, GPs. But when the patient having the genetic problem, some genetic kind of genetic problem, or the patient having the recurrent thrombosis, because one type of thrombosis can happen after the surgery or trauma, but recurrent thrombosis is a deadly thing, so that it has to be evaluated. So this is a area where hematology is involved. The fourth comes in the ICU care. In ICU, because of the lot of medications, the underlying sepsis and the disease. So there may be a challenges whether it is due to a disease or drug or the underlying sepsis. So there is a lot of confusion. So that time to identify whether it's a hematological, non-hematological, or treatable cause, the hematologist comes into picture. So these are the places where the hematologist doesn't require a very active management. Sometimes it might require, but sometimes we just see when the patient is admitted under someone's else care to support the hematological problem. This is the only importance of the consultative hematology.
Right, doctor. So you,
Yes.
as a from a doctor's perspective, you are able to assess the patient's condition at a more effective manner.
Yes, that is the role of hematologist, to tell, like sometimes what happens when the patient is admitted somewhere, the treating person doesn't know sometimes whether it is due to the hematological or non-hematological cause, because they can be n number of causes for decrease in the cell lines. So hematologists can guide them, like it's a hematological, non-hematological. what my personal experience, when I see the 100 of consultation for such things, for cytopenia, only 90%, only 10% are because of the hematological problem. 90% are mostly due to the treatable causes or the other causes rather than hematology. So that guides the treating person, or make him confident, like he's on right track, or some other causes he should look after.